Alrighty, I-24 westbound, Tennessee. We are coming into Nashville. Blue Hole Road, mile marker 58. Temperature outside, at least on the dash, is reading 78 degrees. Not too bad at all. Pardon me. Westbound, right side, 56. Loaded line, not too bad. Sun's come back out again. We had a little bit of cloud, but back into a little bit of sunshine. Westbound right side, 55. Dragging a little bit there. Not going to happen. You have no reason to get off there. Coming to Nashville, speed limit down to 55. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Why it's telling me to go to the right, to Murfreesboro Road, when I don't need Murfreesboro Road. It always does goofy things like that.
Take the first exit on the right.
Nope. It's not on the right, it's on the left. If it wants to get me off, then get me right back on, which
Left onto I-24 West.
doesn't quite work. It does the same thing up in Chicago and a few other places. It does things like that. Gets you off the exit, then brings you right back on. That doesn't make sense.
Keep left onto I-24 West.
And here is where it all becomes the spaghetti junction. And we're going to be getting, once we merge here with I-40, we need to get over to the right so we can stay on I-24 when it splits off and head north. Pardon me. So, fun. Here in good old Nashville, Tennessee. Which I kind of figured this was going to happen because it always happens. You know.
What we got up here on westbound? Traffic jam, good order.
Got your typical spaghetti junction going on. So like I said, we're on I-24. Around the curve here, we're going to be merging with I-40.
Enter highway onto I-24 West.
Which is this bridge right here, going eastbound on I-40. This bridge right above us. And we need to stay over to the right-hand side because I-24 and I-65 will split off from I-40. And then up the road a little bit, I-24 will stay to the left, if I remember, yeah, to the left. A little more westward, I-65 will stay a little bit more eastward. And away from the big cities, when you're rolling 70 miles an hour, that's what most people think.
Somebody do something, man. I'm trying to get that PA roll. I got shit.
Don't need that on the radio. But this is one of the big challenges for the day, just getting through Nashville. I saw a police car going there with his lights flashing, so yeah. And the rate, the indicator for traffic on the GPS is showing a nice red line there on the highway. Yeah, all the way up past the merge, right up to the merge with I-65. So, yeah, traffic. We've done 206.8 miles so far today. Kind of okay. It's about 12 minutes to 11. So I'm going to make the assumption that we are not going to get to Oak Grove until just about noon. Oak Grove, Kentucky. There's Oak Grove, Kentucky. Well, we'll go get up the road a little ways, as much as we can. I'll probably do my 30-minute break there at Oak Grove, which is another 60 miles up the road. So this is really the only time that I'm going to be using my clutch pedal. You know, when we're at very low speed, we're stopping and starting, stopping and starting. But we are in we're in 5th gear. Rolling along, a little under 5 miles an hour, about 4 miles an hour. No clutch, shifting upwards. Now we're into 7, into 8. 9th gear, 15 miles an hour. Going to 10. Like I said, we want to get over to the right here. Not always easy, but if people would quit cutting over to the left, I could get over. So people who are in the far right lane decide to cut over. This guy in this Ford back here, Ford pickup, was letting me in. And these people decide just to cut on over because there was an empty spot. There we go. Maybe now we can get over nice and safe. But that's typical traffic. People want to just rush. You know, I thought this Chevy pickup was going to let me in. This little SUV. Yeah, maybe he is. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, sirs. So I-40, I-24. Give them a little flash of the lights. Tell them thank you. I-24, exit 211 to Clarksville, which is up near the border with Kentucky. We got our brake off because we don't need it while we're going slow, and we're shifting up through the gears. Just makes it a little bit easier to shift up without the engine brake on. Makes it a little bit smoother. We're in ninth gear. We're just about 10 miles an hour. Bring it down into 8, into 7. We got to touch the brake and the clutch a little bit. Leave it in 7th. We're rolling, so we don't need to, we're not trying to start off for nothing. Splitter, put our splitter to the front, puts us in 8th gear. All we got to do is let off the accelerator a little bit. The air lines and air sensors in the transmission sense that little bit of pressure release, does the shifting for me. So all I got to do is move this little knob on the side of the gear shift. Our selector is down. We are in 3 high on the gear shift. Bring our splitter back, and we are now in we're now back in 7th gear. This woman is doing in this GMC, I don't know. Splitter forward, off the gas. That puts up into 8th gear. 3 high. Meat wagon coming up from the rear. Bring her over there, Blue Kenny. Looks like we have an accident here. Maybe not an accident. Well, yeah, they had an accident. Had a little bit of rear end collision. All right, we are through that. Thank goodness. Got the ambulance coming for some medical attention. 2 lanes shut down. Now we can get back up to speed. Splitter up. We are now in 12th gear. .45 miles an hour. Pull our splitter back. Put it down into 17th. So selector up, splitter to the rear, in the 8th gear position. Now position number 8. So we're in 8 low right now. 17th gear. There is downtown Nashville. I-24, I-65.
I-24 West.
We are going to need to get over to the left-hand side, but for right now, we'll stay on the right-hand side. Cumberland River. Cross it here in a moment. We're not going to wait for the slow poke here. Put up into 18th. 55 miles an hour. Hit our cruise. Put our exhaust brake on, our engine brake, our compression brake, our engine retarder, our Jake brake, whatever you want to call it. It all does the same thing.
Driving the booger. Where?
So get through Nashville. There's the Nissan Stadium where the Tennessee Titans play. I think that's football. I think it's football, not too sure.
We're out of Mississippi, Bob. Jumping the curve.
Nine people in truck accidents. And who is usually the cause of truck accidents? Let's see, 80% of those are caused by cars. People in cars driving however they want. The other 20% is driver error from the truck driver. All right. I-65 emerges here. We want to be a little bit of ways from that.
Right onto I-24 West.
So we're going to stay over here. To the right a little bit, then up here, we'll turn a little more to the left. So I-40 splits off to I-65 south, and then they split down the road a ways. We're heading up here towards Kentucky. All right. So we got 56 miles to Oak Grove.
2 miles. Keep left onto I-24 West.
We're gonna let this guy by, then we're gonna let these people kind of sort themselves out a little bit. Then we'll move on. Because we don't want everybody bunching up all at once. There we go. Move over easy and gentle and slow. Everybody's a winner. There we go. There we go, nice and safe. The Broken Spoke Saloon. They're tearing all that thing down. Oh well. Holy Cow Soils. We deliver topsoil, mulch, and rock. All right, so got through Nashville without any incidents. Just a little bit of slowdown for an accident. Exit 88. Here on I-65.
To I-24 west.
Get back onto I-24. 65 splits off, goes north, heading up towards like Indianapolis. Berea, Kentucky. Corbin, Kentucky. Remember, that's on 65. Or is that 75? That should be 65. All right. 5 miles an hour. Shall do. Set our cruise. We got our engine brake on. Nice and easy. The Mint Gambling Hall at Kentucky Downs, Franklin, Kentucky. Riley Parkway toward Opryland. And I've detoured onto I-55 many a times when I have oversized loads that come through this way. And it looks like Harry is there. How you doing, Harry? Metal Music Maniac. Moved over just let those guys get on the highway nice and easy without slowing me down. All right. Fontenelle Mansion. Never been there, but there you go. Truck's supposed to use the right lane, but see in front of us we got truck not using the right lane, and truck's lane not supposed to. Get past this here, or this former night trailer. Because he's supposed to be in this lane, faster traffic over. We got our flasher on, so he knows we're coming over. Got a little over, just about a truck length. Just did it. Mile marker 41. So we got basically 41 miles to the border with Kentucky. We have another 8 or so miles after that to the truck stop there in Oak Grove, where I think we're going to do our 30-minute break. And then we will see where we're going to go after that for the rest of the day. So just about 260 miles for our morning drives. Ah, perfect. Then we will see where we're going to get to for the rest of the day. I'm probably going to stop at Mount Vernon, Illinois. Do a little bit of shopping at Walmart, I think. I could use a little more propane for the stove. I use a few things for dinner. Not going to go wild. I want to try to keep it you know, just 2 or 3 meals for this little shopping excursion, just quick in and out. Get in front of this SUV towing this trailer. Then we will get over into the lane on our right. Once we have enough room to pass, we leave enough room so he can have an emergency lane change or slow down if need be. There we go. Get out of the people behind me's way. There we go. 2.5 truck lengths between me and that Ford SUV. That's how you pass safely, not right in front of somebody's bumper. But as you see, we got lots of trees putting out their leaves, making things nice and green and lush and verdant. But through Nashville without too much of a problem. So 38 miles to the border. This guy's going a little bit slow uphill, so we're going to go around since we can maintain a higher speed. Turn our cruise control off. This guy's slowing down, so we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to get over out of the way. There we go. Got our engine fan on. It's saying 79 degrees, so we don't want to overheat the engine. Turn the fan on to keep that coolant temperature right where we need to have it so the engine runs properly. Not really a taxing hill, but better to think about those things ahead of time so they don't become a problem. As we are able to maintain a little bit higher speed going uphill, we don't want to cause the engine to work harder than necessary. It does 10 hours a day constantly. So we want to take care of our engine as much as we can. All right, now we can hit our cruise again. We can turn our fan off. We can just let it roll. Westbound, right side, 35 on ramp. There you go, turn signal there, that helps. Should have left it on. Alright, so now we can just roll about another 42 miles here into Kentucky to our next stop at Oak Grove. And I'll take a moment to figure out where my next couple of stops are going to be. My next load check at around 450 miles. And my final destination for the day, 550 to 600 miles for the day. Like I said, hopefully I can get to like O'Fallon, Wentzville, Warrenton, in that area there in Missouri, we will see what we got. So once we stop here in Oak Grove, we still have 842 miles to go. There is some rain up there in North Iowa, Minnesota, South, dealing with that late tonight or tomorrow. Depends on how it moves and how fast it moves. But the Peterbilt that's totaled, that we are carrying on our trailer, is riding just fine. So if we can knock out another, well, if we just knock out another 300 miles today after we stop here, that's about 542 miles. An easy day. Mr. Scott, I believe that's you. How you doing? Yeah, 540 miles, not too bad. We could actually probably, it would be a slight possibility of actually making a delivery at the end of the day. That is a possibility. Whether or not it happens, we'll see. Because, you know, too many, that's still too far for any kind of definite. And that's a minimum of 8.5, 9 hours of driving, minimum. From where we stopped to Glencoe, Minnesota. It's a possibility we could do it, A, on how early we get up, how easy the road travel is, and how late they're open. But I'm not going to make that call until tomorrow anyway, about when I'm going to arrive. So. And then we get the joy of either waiting for a load to be found or waiting for them to send me the load information for our next project, where we pick up, what we pick up, where we got to go, what has to be done for that particular load. We will see. This should be Clarksville right here, or Coopertown, Pleasant View. No, Clarksville's a little ahead. Clarksville's a little bit ahead on the left. I keep forgetting what side of the road it's on. Truck lane, 500 feet. Get over in the lane we're supposed to use. There we go. There we go. Lost the signal a little. And the lane's going to end here in a moment. And get over so I can let this pneumatic tanker in. You're good, tanker. Let's get back up to speed here. Springfield, Ashland City, 1 mile. Exit 24. So we got about another half an hour here left. Just about. Until our stop. Perryville, Missouri. Rowland Brothers. We have plenty of room behind us. More than a truck length. Signal. Cross the line slowly. Fully in the lane. Then our signal is off. Westbound, right side, 23. Ready. So an easy day today for the most part, I think. Nothing too terribly difficult as far as the road's concerned. I mean, it's roads I've been on dozens and dozens of times. So not unfamiliar to me at all. I can smell some of the flowers, some of the trees that do have a particular odor. So I'm getting a little bit of that perfume through the in the air around here. Rhonda Tolliver, how you doing? Linda Barker, how you doing? Long time no see. Jonggun from Korea. Josh, how you doing? Harry. Mr. Tom Reed, how you doing? Ain't seen you in a long time, my friend. Drive it blind. Yeah, I don't think I'll be taking you up on that offer. Tennessee Whiskey Trail, Old Glory. Exit 4, 15 miles ahead. Nice old farm off there to the right. I guess a little bit of horse farm there. I mean, nice wide open pasture. Catching up to this guy here, so we're gonna make our mosey our way around. Mile marker 19. Right, now he decides he wants to go a little bit faster. I guess I'm not allowed to pass. Pardon me. Pardon me. So 27 miles to our stop. Austin, how you doing? Welcome in. So we're coming up on Clarksville, Tennessee, up here on our left-hand side, in about 4 or 5 miles. Please don't dilly-dally. I've never noticed that before. The Mini Cooper, at least this one, the tail lights, the left and the right tail lights make up the, form the Union Jack flag. I never noticed that before. Get around that guy there. It's going a little bit slower than necessary, but Tailwater Marine and Tackle, Boat Sale, Boat Service, Clarksville, Tennessee. Miles to the border. caterpillars. See some of their nests up in there, spinning their webs. Yep, it's that time of the year. Start treating for insects in the trees and the shrubs. Start to worry about clover mite and spider mites, chinch bugs and chafers and beetles. Aphids and all kinds of fun stuff. Black long-legged pine aphids. All kinds of good stuff. Red River Valley RV Park. Passing Tennessee. Got a flatbed with some lumber getting on the highway. I'm gonna try to get away from him, let him have an easier time getting on. As soon as this car decides it wants to stop goofing around, go. We don't have to let him on, but it's easier and safer for me to do so. That's the only people I'll actually move over for. You know, one single car, I'm not moving over. They have the ability to adjust themselves a lot more easily. A truck I'll move over for not because I'm being nice to them, because I don't want to slow down. It just happens that it helps them out as well. When there's a pack of 5 or 6 cars getting on, then I'll move over for my safety, not because I want to let them get on the highway easier. I'm worried about my safety first. Truck lane, 500 or 1,000 feet. Get in front of this Quest tanker here. Then we will get over out the way. moving over. Frees up all that space for me to get over. There we go. Turn our fan on to keep the engine at the proper temperature. We're at about 65, 68 miles an hour, so we're not losing too much speed going uphill. Mile marker 8. So a little over 7.2. Counting down. We're about 15 minutes, just about from the border. Between me and my destination. We are entering into Kentucky. I-24 westbound. Ready. Tenova Healthcare. I don't remember it ever being called Tenova. I guess it might have changed it, unless I just didn't pay attention. Boston P State University, land between the lakes, Kentucky Lake Barkley. Clarksville, Guthrie. Guthrie I think I've ever stopped at is Guthrie, Oklahoma. Or is it Kansas? Either Oklahoma or Kansas is a Guthrie's that I've stopped at before, but I've never stopped at this Guthrie here. See, we don't have enough traffic here for me to warrant moving over. Proper merging, unlike what these people are doing, is a safe way to get on the highway. No turn signal for this guy, no turn signal for the guy behind me. They weren't looking out the window to see what the traffic was on the highway. Because I was looking at them, they weren't looking at me. Which, considering it's their responsibility to merge properly, you would think they would take a little bit of a moment to think about their own safety. About 11 miles ahead. State border ahead. Tennessee into Kentucky. And in Kentucky, we're going to get up Paducah into Illinois, I-24, I-57, '64, 70 into Missouri. Then we're going to take US 61 near O'Fallon, Warrenton, Wentzville. that sort of area. We're going to take US 61 off of I-70. We're going to take the virtually due north all the way up to, I think like Iowa City, I believe. Colville, Iowa City, where we'll get on I-35, take that up past Albert Lee into Minnesota, and then we're going to get up to Minneapolis, St. Paul area, then go west out to Glencoe for our delivery. See, if you would learn how to drive, you wouldn't be caught on the shoulder. Use your turn signals, look out your window, adjust your speed. Use basic inversion techniques. You wouldn't wind up on the shoulder where you're not supposed to be driving. No turn signal, changing lanes to the left-hand lane. Brilliant. Got your wife in the car, you would think you would take a little bit more care in how you operate that vehicle so you don't inadvertently kill your wife. But that's just me. Entering Kentucky. (11:41) Central Time. So about 7 miles up the road to exit 86. Oak Grove, Kentucky. We're just going to go ahead and do what I was thinking earlier today that I would go up the road a little bit further. But I'm just going to do my 30-minute break here and one of the truck stops here at Oak Grove. Just go ahead and get it done. We've done about 266 miles by the time we get stopped. Not exactly 300. $40 miles, 35 miles. Ain't a big deal. Another half an hour. Big whoop. Big West Fork of the Red River. Westbound, right side, 90. And we're going to get as far away from them as we can, which makes everybody a little bit safer. He should have his flashers on and some triangles out. Why he's not done that, I don't know. Unprofessional. Man, come on, Kentucky. You can make the roads a little bit smoother than this. That's why I don't like concrete on the highway. It's always rough. We have a pilot right here with the McDonald's on the left-hand side. And I believe they call this one Oak Grove as well. What pilot number this is, I do not know. I think I've stopped at this one maybe 2 or 3 times previously over the years. Not one I can honestly say not one that I actually like stopping at, but it's okay. It's not fantastic. Bring her in, air freight. Don't be afraid of it. You got that extra push from going downhill. You should have been accelerating. You should have been getting up as close to 70 miles an hour as you could possibly get. And you had a downhill boost, so it would have been a lot easier to get up to speed.
2 miles, take exit 86 on the right, toward the hospital.
Mile marker 88. And you see the grasses are growing, getting nice and green. And we got the Flying J up here.
Take the first exit on the right.
You got the Loves.
Good morning, drivers. We're open here at Fergal's Truck Wash. Come on by and see us. Exit 86, right next to the pilot. We have an open bay, so you'll have no wait.
I would, but not going to spend the money on that right now.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Westbound right side, 86. We got Flying J, we got a Loves, and we got a Pilot. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We are just going to go, we're not going to go to the Pilot, we're just going to go over here to the,
Boulevard toward hospital.
we'll go to the Loves.
Reduced ahead.
Why not? Let's be unconventional. Let's go to the Loves.
Turn at the first left onto Fort Campbell Boulevard toward hospital. Speed limit reduced ahead.
We got a light, which will let us out at the, out of the truck stop. Hopkinsville. That's still Oak Grove, but plenty of room over here to park. Home of Austin Grace, International Soapbox Derby Champion. Congratulations, Austin. Put a pothole right there, why don't you? Right, down into 11th gear. We don't need to rush, so we won't. Bring it down to 10th. Bring it down to 9th. And we're going to do this the lazy, easy way.
Good afternoon, drivers. We're open here at Turtles Truck Wash. Come on by and see us. Exit 86, right next to the pilot. We have an open bay, so you don't have to wait.
And like I said before, we're not taking advantage of that. We're going to go through the pumps here, nice and easy. Got our flashers on so everybody knows that we're going to be doing something here. We're going to take this last parking spot right here in the corner here, next to the checkering.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
We're going to let this Abbey Land guy go. Turn off our brake here. Yeah, go a little bit faster there, Abbey Land. Quit paying attention to your phone. Don't abuse my hospitality. All right. And back her into our spot. Stay a little bit over to the driver's side. Shouldn't really need to back in right there, but if somebody does want to back in right there, they have less reason to hit us. Pardon me. Take her all the way back. And a little bump on the curb. Alrighty. Turn those off. 266.3 miles so far for the day. Loves Hopkinsville, Tennessee. I-24 exit 86 33091 266.3. We're gonna do our 30-minute break. Load check. It is now 11:53. So half an hour from now, we will leave. And see where we're going to go. I said 842 miles to go. At a stop. Let's see, Loves, New London, Missouri. Okay, that's up 61. That'd be a good place to go. Let's see how far. That's 292 miles. Let's see. See what it actually is once it calculates the route.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
355 miles. I doubt that. So find someplace a little bit closer. The Loves at St. Louis. No. We are not stopping there. Let's see. Fast lane. Airco, Abel Shell Fuel Center. No parking there. Airco. Overnight parking. Bowling Green, Missouri. That's still a bit too far away. Fast lane, Aola, Missouri. Overnight parking.
Dirt road on route.
Let's see what that's.
Speed
300.
limit reduced ahead.
322 miles. That's doable. That is doable. We have 6 hours and 17 minutes we're going to have on our clock. Let's see here. Add a stop. Oakville, Illinois. Don't want to stop there. Let's see, Brush Creek, Silex, Missouri. Nah. Quick Trip, St. Peters, Missouri. Let's see, do they have parking? They have parking. And that is
Speed limit reduced ahead.
278 miles. And that puts us outside of St. Louis on I-70. Place to stop for the night. We'll find an intermediate point. The Hucks at Mount Vernon.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
It is 175 miles to Mount Vernon from here. So we just might do that. But until then, like I said, Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, Kentucky, do our 30-minute break. And we will use the old facilities as needs be. Get ourselves another cup of